Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super discussion video. I am once again joined by the one, the only, the other half of the dynamic duo, MJ, over at MJTV. Man, why don't you say hello to everyone listening?
Yo, what's up, guys? MJTV here, repping the MJTV channel. Thank you for having me back. Mark, shout out to everybody at the crib. Thank you, Mama. I made it. What's going on, guys?
Stop to take a second. Anyway, I'm a little bit, Anyway, so guys, today we're going to be talking about Jiren and whether or not Jiren equals Superman. Is Jiren the Superman of Dragon Ball Super? Like, this is something we've talked about from time to time. You and I have talked about this a little bit in other videos that we've done in the past. And what does that mean for Dragon Ball Super going forward? Is Jiren this idea, or maybe just kind of a critique on the whole Goku versus Superman pop culture references that have been spamming the globe, literally the internet culture, over the past several decades, have really come to a head in the last couple of years? I mean, ever since basically 2015, I remember the whole death battle thing really got the internet in a uproar for a while. Is this Dragon Ball Super's answer to it? Is Jiren the prototype, or just kind of the idea that, oh yeah, this is Superman, so someone who can't be beat, really muscular, doesn't have so much of a technique in and of himself, takes out people very easily, doesn't, like, simple punches, overly strong, no one really knows where he came from. Just so much mystery surrounding him. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think about his power? What do you think about him going up against Goku? And what do you think it speaks to the entire concept of this Goku versus Superman fight rhetoric that's been kind of spamming the world since basically the inception of Goku?
I just want to say, if you're actually really interested to see who would win in a one-on-one fight, Seth, the programmer, did a video on his channel breaking down all the different versions of Superman against Jiren. So I recommend, if you're interested in that, to go check that out. But here we're going to be speaking more about like the symbolism and also the kind of contrast and comparisons. Now, if I was told that Toriyama did not take any even the slightest bit of inspiration from Superman to create Jiren, I would actually say that man's lying or he forgot. One or the other. Because we recently got an interview where he gave kind of like a little backstory on where he got the inspiration of Goku Black, and it was basically every typical anime dark version of the main character. You know what I mean? I think he specifically pointed out Kamen Rider, if I remember correctly, right? So I'm pretty sure we're going to get an interview, within a year or two about the Tornado Power, and I'm pretty sure, pen to paper, I'm telling you, they're going to mention that he got some inspiration for Superman. It has to be, because when you look at the manga, when Jiren comes to save the day, help Toppo out, he strikes a very, very similar pose to Toyotaro. To Superman. I'm not taking anything away from Toyotaro, but I can just imagine this dude pulled up on his laptop Superman, like a Google image, and just did the pose, because it was very eerily similar to a Superman pose. So the contrast is there. The look is there, the red, dark blue, black, you have like when he does the eyes, he's not laser vision, but his eyes do, technically glow red whenever he attacks. You have all this type of stuff. Obviously the justice, fighting for good. The comparisons are there, and
he has his own little Justice League.
His own little Justice League. It's even though he's not the leader, you get the point. He still has his own little members,
Well, Batman's kind of the leader.
Kind of leader, yeah. But the point here is there's a lot of contrasting comparisons between Superman and Jiren. And who knows, maybe they want Jiren to be their Superman. I mean, we did a video talking about how the other universes could potentially have stronger fighters. That is on your channel. But the thing with Jiren, though, is Superman really isn't the strongest in his in his multiverse. You know what I mean? There's other characters out there, other beings out there that are stronger and have greater abilities. You know what I mean? So we could potentially see that with this. Just because Jiren may not end up being the strongest, he could still represent that Superman. He could still be the symbolism of Superman, kind of in the Dragon Ball story.
I really think like one of the you and I have talked about this before as well, like when it comes to Jiren, what his wish or what his hopes are for the greater multiverse of Dragon Ball Super. And it really kind of boils down to that, doesn't it? That this whole concept of Goku versus Superman has really kind of boiled over in the last couple of years recently, almost ever since the beginning of the internet, which is kind of the introduction of Dragon Ball Z to the Western culture, was basically around the birth of the internet. So basically ever since both of those things happened, we've been getting this idea that Goku can fight Superman. Goku is Superman's or Goku is the Superman of Japan or something like that. This really, to me though, in the Tournament of Power, really kind of sells the idea that Jiren is that iteration of Superman, and they're trying to stomp on it. Maybe not. Maybe they're just trying to play homage to it. But I really feel like if it does come to pass that Jiren is beaten by Goku, or Goku beats Jiren, it's their stamp on who would potentially win that fight. And even though you and I have talked about this a little bit more in the past, I think personally Jiren's going to beat Goku. I think it's going to be their stamp on it. Like, Jiren's going to be better than Goku, at least at this point. And Goku will get better than him, or it's going to be something that we're always talking about for the rest of the entire Dragon Ball mythology of whether or not Goku can actually beat Jiren or something like that. And they're going to leave it really ambiguous as to who is the best thing. But really, I think that's how it boils down, is Jiren is the new Superman, and Jiren is their depiction of the Superman character, with his Pride Troopers versus the Justice League, Topo being somewhat of a, I guess, like, Topo could be the Batman equivalent, truth and justice, but not really. I mean, it really kind of boils down. The analogy really starts breaking down, because obviously, even though they're paying tribute to it, or at least it looks like they're playing tribute to it, as you said earlier, they're still doing their own normal, unique interpretation of the source material, and it's going to be different from the very beginning. So I'm really excited to see how this fight's going to shake up, because, like we said, Jiren really feels like Superman of Dragon Ball. And
Jiren feels like Superman of Super, right? That's what you're gonna
say. Yeah, kind of, yeah. But like, I feel like this fight in between Goku and Jiren is going to be the thing that really kind of, at least in Toritaro or Toriyama's mind or something else like that, is going to settle the score with this once and for all. Like, the best you possibly can, because obviously as much crossovers and stuff as Dragon Ball's like to do over the years with One Piece and all this other anime stuff, this is probably the best they can get when it comes to Goku versus Superman. And I'm really excited to see the end of this, because as much as you and I can speculate, as much as you and I can guess and hope and paint pictures for and whatever, we don't know. And it's very, very possible that Jiren walks away with this. And that is their stamp, that at least right now, Goku, or we agree that Goku cannot beat Superman. And I think that's kind of awesome. I think that would be a huge statement, really, for the entire series as a whole. But what are your thoughts?
Again, before you cause a war in the comment sections, I just want to say we're talking specifically about Toriyama, Toyotaro, and Toei giving their own version and stamp on the crossfire of Superman versus Goku. Again, we're not saying Goku will lose to Superman. We're just, yeah. We're just want to point that out there, Marcus. You can't cause a flame war there. Be careful with your words.
I'm not trying to. I'm talking solely about the Goku versus Jiren fight. And how you and I have talked about how Jiren could potentially still win this tournament without having to put too much of his power on the line, because we haven't seen him actually go full strength yet, like nowhere near 100%. And it's gonna be really interesting to see if Goku can actually go to match it in the time that they have left. I mean, really, guys, it's like 15 minutes, 16 minutes. Like, let's be completely honest with ourselves. Like, how much can they stretch the narrative in Goku's strength in that much amount of time that makes us, I guess, rethink the boundaries of what Goku can possibly do? That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I just want to point that out there. But yeah, that's a cool idea. You know what I mean? It's like them creating a character that has a lot of comparisons to Superman. You give him that very OP power, very cool, calm, collected, a bit arrogant, a bit cocky. Because Superman does have that cocky side to him. So again, a lot of comparisons are between Jiren and Superman, and it's like them putting their stamp on who would win. Now, obviously, me and you have kind of gone over the idea that Jiren is gonna win this fight, which to match that, to be symbolic with it, which could be them giving their stamp that at this current point in time to them, Goku loses to Superman, you know what I mean? But if Goku wins, and that's them giving their stamp and their middle finger to everyone who says Superman wins, they're saying that Goku wins, giving their stamp on it. So yeah, it's a cool way to kind of give us that, you know what I mean? To put these two juggernauts together and see what happens, and Jiren being the representation of a character that pays homage to Superman. That's very cool. I like that. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's very interesting to what will take place in that rematch. Will Goku actually win? Will Jiren win? What's their take on it? Is this what they're doing? Did Toriyama take, inspiration from Superman? Are they doing this? What's going on here? I think it's cool, and I think it makes, when you talk about it from this aspect, it makes their rematch just even that much more must-see,
I completely agree. And I think, look, like I said, this is something that's basically plagued the internet since the inception of the internet. We're talking about ever since it was in wide distribution for most people in the United States over around 1997, 1998. We've been sitting on this thing for 20 years. this theoretical matchup. And if this is what Toritaro and Toriyama could give us, that kind of boils down to, yes, this is Super's iteration of Goku versus Superman. Who's going to win? We don't know. And really, at this point, it's 50-50. I'm sure if we ask everyone in the comment section below, if I make a card to anyone who's still listening, if I make a card in the card section where I ask you to vote who's going to win, Goku and Jiren, I bet it's going to be close to 50-50 because people don't know right now. I mean, obviously, Goku has his supporters, but Jiren at this point has been proven to be way more formidable than anyone could possibly imagine. So I really think it boils down to this. It's going to be very interesting to see how they interpret this and go about with this. I can't wait to see it. I'm sure you can't either. Any last words when it comes to Jiren's iteration with Superman, or how this fight's going to turn out with Goku versus Jiren?
Please don't destroy us, guys. It's just a discussion. Don't cause a flame anymore. I love you. Give us a break.
I'm not hoping for a flame war, guys. I'm really hoping for some really awesome discussions in the comment section below. I know you guys can look past any, I guess, bare opinions that you have on who would win, Goku versus Superman or something else like that. If you want to share that, it's fine. But I'm really hoping you guys just kind of see what we're talking about. Like, is this Dragon Ball Super's interpretation of that fight or anything else like that? Guys, don't forget to go down to the description section below and hit that link to go subscribe to MJ. The guy makes some really awesome content. You're not going to want to miss it. I really plead for you to go do that. At the same time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell over by the subscriber button. That's going to notify you every single time I upload. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. It's been real.